Hey guys, this is Miss Bell. I wanted to spend a minute today and hop on here and show you how to access your weekly reading assessment. Mr. Nichols has posted a video on Schoology that explains how to log into Connected. So before you watch this video, you need to go watch his video he uploaded that explains how to log in. It also explains how to access weekly assignments. So as soon as you log in, you should see a screen that looks like this. You're going to click on this green to do button.
To do.
When you do that, you see right here it says My Tests. You're going to click this to access your weekly reading assessment. So this week we've been working on Unit 1, Week 1 throughout the week, working towards our comprehension and vocabulary strategies. On our test, those are the strategies that are going to be on this test. So as soon as you get to this, you're going to click Take Now. And you should get to a screen that looks like this. You're going to read the passage singing out before answering the first 5 questions. So there's going to be 2 passages per test. So right here, before they get started on their questions, they need to read through this passage where it says singing out. The first few times they take the test, we go over some different strategies that they can use, tools that they can use to help them with this test. So for instance, this first one talks about how, taking a deep breath, she pushed open the door of the auditorium and went inside. The theater was filled with laughing children. I would tell my kids at school to find this sentence in their passage. So they would go to the second paragraph right here and they would find this exact sentence. So they can highlight that. And they may read on in that paragraph to help them answer that question. And so that way they're getting used to going into the text and finding their answer. So then they would answer their question, and at the bottom of the screen it says save and continue. Then they would go to the next question. And one other thing I wanted to go over before I got off real quick, some of the questions on these tests have 2 parts. So let me find an example of this. Okay, question number 6. It says, when Miss Brent tells Nina to just sing for herself, what does it show about Miss Brent? Pick 2 choices. So this question right here is worth 2 points because it asks you to pick 2 choices. So if they don't pick 2, they only pick 1, they automatically get minus 1 point. So it's important for you to, at least for the first test, just sit with them. Obviously, don't read it to them or help them with it. But if it tells them to pick 2 choices, make sure they're picking the 2 choices and not just 1. It takes our kids several weeks to get in the habit of used to making sure they follow the directions on the test. And so hopefully that helped. They're gonna, after they read the first few questions, oh, here's another example. Click 2 details. So they're going to choose 2 details from here, 2 sentences. And then after they do the first 5 questions, they're going to read another story and they're going to answer questions number 6 through 10. So they're going to answer these questions. Here's another one that says pick 2. So they're going to pick 2 choices in here. So make sure, especially like I said, this first test, you're watching them, making sure they're choosing 2 and not just 1. That's very important. And then at the end, they are going to have an open-ended response right here. In this question, it talks about how are Nina and Jaden alike at the beginning of the passages and how are they alike at the end. So Nina is the character in the first story. Jaden is a character in the second story. So this has 2 parts. It's talking about what is their character like at the beginning and how are they alike at the end. So it's going to take more than just 1 sentence to answer this. This is worth 4 points. So I always tell my class that they need to write at least 4 sentences to help explain. 2 points or 2 reasons to answer the first part, 2 reasons to answer the second part. And when they get a score after they submit their assignment, the score that you see is not their final score because every teacher has to go in and we have to grade them based off of this reading response, writing response. So depending on what they score on their writing response, will change their grade. So when they submit it and you see a percentage on what they made, that's not their final score. We will be letting you know how to find their final score soon. So I hope this video helped, and I hope that you are able to let me show you this. Okay, so when you're finished, you'll say you have successfully submitted your test, and at the end, it'll show you 0% pending teacher review. So that teacher review is as a teacher, we will go in and grade the response, and then we'll give you a new score. So this score you get right here is not your final score. I just wanted to make that clear. But I hope this video helped. And if you have any more questions, just ask your homeroom teacher or Miss O'Mary. And please take your time on this. And good luck. I hope y'all have a great week. I hope this helped.